Now, when just you think that the game journalists cannot get any worse than what we're currently living in, they go and one up us even more. I don't think there's any game that has had a bigger discourse than this. Just basically making a 10 out of 10 game just useless. Like, it just doesn't mean the same. You can't just be coming out here throwing 10s out of 10 just because the game set out to do what it set out to do, and it did it really good. But it's just a further proves that gaming journalism is a joke nowadays. Anything can get a 10 out of 10 and 9 out of 10, but the actual games that deserve 10 out of 10s and 9 out of 10s are just being sidebarred with a 7 out of 10 or a 6 out of 10, which is just ludicrous, because the actual people that actually play certain games that they actually review terrible don't agree with the tape. So it's just like, now me being me, I usually like to experience stuff before I say my opinion or form an opinion. So that's what I went ahead and checked out. Now, when I got to like hour and a half mark, I just threw the towel in. I couldn't take it no more. I was just watching a fucking movie. It is not a game. It's just a fucking slideshow. When sometimes it does require some input here and there, but most of the time you're just watching a goddamn movie. So there's no way you can convince me that this shit is a 10 out of 10 when you're barely fucking playing the game. Like, we have to do better. As a gaming community, we gotta start holding these people accountable, because there's no way you're not gonna tell me this is paid propaganda. I don't like to get political, but this is just outrageous how everybody's unanimously holding hands in this crap. And just like, let me show you guys this guy, and Demion TV. I actually love his content. I watch him a lot. Like, look at this. This perfectly encapsulates the gaming journalist right now. Everybody is holding hands and holding their privates, just gushing out for this ridiculous ass game. And I still don't understand why. Like, why are everybody's giving this shit so much glaze? It's literally just a slideshow. It's just a slideshow. It's so disturbing. Like, this is crazy, man. Like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. They're doing this shit on purpose. This is a paid review here. There's no way you cannot say. Everybody's fucking gushing over this shit. It is embarrassing. Embarrassing. A musical delight from start to finish. Mixtape sets a new standard of coming of age stories in video game does so with a masterful sense of style. Pure bullshit. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? Mully Gaming here. We are back with another video for you guys today. Now, before we start, I hope everybody's doing good. Now, I actually went and checked the game out for myself. Also, I actually saw that it's actually like 3 hours, which is ridiculous. I got to the hour and a half mark when she is rebellion. When Cassandra is being rebellious towards her dad. Of course, he's a cop. Told her to stay away from the bad influences, and she, you know, they had to have this like woman good, man bad, cop bad, like woman empowering moment. And she told her dad, like, you know, which is kind of stupid to me, because if you was to get in trouble, the first person you will call is your dad, because he's a cop, obviously. But then, enough with that. 90% of my hour and a half I spent just looking at a fucking movie. There's one part, I believe, yeah, there's one part where the main character's sister lives a treasure map, and you go back in time, and then you're running through a field, and that's like the first time you get more than 1 minute of gameplay where you're just actually running through the fields and just having fun and jumping and stuff. Now, I played this game with no music on because the developers refuse to create a streamer mode, so you will get copyrighted, right? So me playing through this is just like, I get it. I get what they were going for. But the simple fact that they had paid reviews is just ridiculous, because had this game got like an 8 out of 10, nobody would have gave a shit. 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, nobody would have gave a shit. But you're calling this shit a masterpiece, which is not. This is not even, I don't know how this is even categorized as a game. Like, I don't even know how this passes as a game, because it's really not a game. You're literally just watching a slideshow. 90% of the time, you're watching the slideshow. There was also 3 sequences where I didn't even have to move. I didn't even have to move. The game played itself. And then you will fucking go to Twitter or wherever, and they will tell you like, oh wow, the people are just hating just to hate. No, dumbass. You literally don't have to touch the remote. The game fucking plays itself, man. Like, how can you not see that? Watch. Let's just watch.
I can't go to prison.
Let's see until when do I have to control the. Let's see till when do I have to start playing.
This is a terrible idea. What are we doing?
If death looks you in the eye, dude, don't blink. What if I just jumped off?
Don't you dare leave me!
Yeah, this is embarrassing. I'm literally just watching a movie. Slightly play here and there. That's about it.
Help me steer!
I'm trying! Dear God, the speed! The speed! This is out of control! Surely an over-escalation! We are officially careening!
I feel like they should have done a better job to get you more involved.
As you can see from these stunning pictures coming to you live, a trio of young adults have driven a shopping cart onto the I-19 at high speed. I tell you, Dave, and everyone back there in the studio, I've been reporting in the field for well over 40 years now, and I've only seen this 5 or 6 times.
What I want to know is, where are they getting all these cars from on a small town like this? Like, there's probably a sheriff department, but they shouldn't have this much. Not only do they have like unlimited cars, they also have a chopper. It gets as unrealistic as, like, they're not gonna waste their time on 3 teenagers. Like, they're not gonna, I mean, her dad is. So then you get to a part when it's just like they're all in the room. So everything that you're doing is just taking you into like a flashback of how when they first met, and then how they're it's her last day there, and then they're gonna graduate. She's gonna go to New York with her sister and all that crap. So everything you're doing is just reminiscing of the past, which is kind of good, you know, not bad. They're showing you the backstory of why they are how they are. But then I got to this part where the main girl, I forgot her name, she had asked, she's like, oh, I'm way too bored, I'm way too young to be bored, let's go out and get blackout drunk. And then Cassandra's like, no, I'm just gonna stay home. So then she proceeds to go out, and she sees Cassandra with the other girl that she hates. Like, she is dubbing her to go hang out with the other girl. And I swear to you, everything is black and white, and she's floating in the air backwards, right? So after about like a minute, I'm like, am I supposed to be playing this part? Because I'm not doing anything and the game is progressing. And this is what I'm talking to you about, that 90% of this game you're just looking. And even the gameplay parts was the game, which the game doesn't let you know that is actually a gameplay part. Sometimes it just does not let you know. It's just playing a whole fucking sequence, and then once you realize, oh shit, this is actually a gameplay part, you still don't have to do nothing. It's just the game is playing by itself. So I really hate when people on Twitter, they're just talking all this shit and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about just because they want to support this piece of shit. Like, you're not gonna convince me that half of the people are fucking bots, because if you play this shit yourself and you can clearly see the issue, if you have a brain, I don't understand. Everybody all these game journalists are fucking glazing this shit. I grew up in the late 90s, early 2000s, in my teenage years, and I did not relate to this shit. I'm sorry, I did not relate to that. I grew up in the city. I didn't grow up like where they live at. I never rode skateboard. I rode bikes. I played baseball, played hide and go seek, etc. I had a normal childhood. I didn't relate to this whatsoever, so I don't understand why everybody, oh my god, it's so cute, oh my god, this is like one of the best thing ever, blah 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 blah. Like, no, it's not. This is not a fucking game. And then you're disrespecting Ocarina of Time, you're disrespecting Baldur's Gate 3, you're disrespecting Elden Ring, like you're disrespecting all these masterpieces, and like you're throwing 10 out of 10s on a fucking movie simulator. It's just very disrespectful. I just don't, I don't take gaming journalists serious. But then this game is gonna set off a new wave that anything is gonna get a 10 out of 10. And then if you don't like it, you just don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You don't have a taste. You're just hating just to hate. You cannot have an opinion nowadays, because having an opinion is automatically calls you a dumbass. This is what I'm saying. Like 90% of people that are fucking in Twitter, they're just bots. Like, you cannot convince me otherwise. Like, why are you defending the undefendable? Like, people love defending the undefendable, and it just blows my mind. Like, I don't get it. Then this is I'm gonna show you guys the part that I was talking about earlier, right here.
Sometimes an experience can't be categorized in a single genre. It's too complex. I find these situations difficult. You need a song that plays in counterpoint, something that fills the gaps, harmonizes, casts your feelings in relief. This is B.J. Thomas with Most of All, released in 1968.
Am I supposed to be playing or something? This is the 10 out of 10 that people keep saying. 10 out of 10. Just watching a slideshow. This looks very promising with no music.
And I've got to say, in all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog shit that I have ever heard. Everyone's laughing, by the way, but it's true because everybody's heard it too. Everyone heard it, right? They look at all, everyone's like, yeah, big piece of dog shit.
With that being said, see, like, I actually played the game. I actually played it, and I this is why, not like people that don't play the game and they just see clips and they just start talking shit. Like, shut the fuck up. If you did not play a game, you cannot tell me if the game is ass or not just because you watch trailers, just because you watch someone play it, bro. You have to experience it for yourself and form an opinion, right? Because just because I'm upset about all this crap doesn't mean I'm right, doesn't mean I'm wrong. It is my opinion. Just like how is the game journalist's opinion, but that's not gonna move me to buy this piece of shit. Now, it being in Game Pass, I think that's why it's having the motion that it's having. Because I can guarantee you, had this shit not been in Game Pass, we wouldn't even be seeing this. We would not even be talking about this. I can guarantee you, we will not even be talking about this game if it was not on Game Pass. As much people love to talk shit about Game Pass, mostly all of them have Game Pass. The most people that talk shit about Game Pass, mostly all of them have Game Pass, and they benefit from the Game Pass, which is why they go so hard to clown it and talk shit about it. But nonetheless, we're just gonna leave it here, bro. This game was a waste of time. The two hours I will never get back. On that note, I will see you guys next time, man. Take care.
I am sick. Sick to my stomach.
I can never show my face again.
She would have been in that bar all night if Tommy Brewer hadn't called me.
After everything
You know what? I throw the towel in. I'm done. I throw the towel in. Mom!